Mets 2-2 draw. How do you look at that one? A point gained or 2 lost?
Ooh, probably 2 lost. But in reality, I'd have probably took a point before we started. We've been on a bad run of games, bad run of defeats. Not through the want of effort or trying, but just through luck and know-how a little bit, really. Obviously, Newark have come here in good form. I think they're 5th or 6th in the league. And credit to the lads today. I think, to be fair, if you asked Jono and Dennis in the next change rooms, I think they've got away with one today. Because they had 1 shot in the first half and it went in, and they had 1 shot in the second half and it went in. We've had 2 off the line, shots going in at the keeper, umpteen corners on the money. Just nothing would fall for us really, but obviously Brooksy's hit the free kick, got us in front. And if I'm perfectly honest, I didn't see him getting back into it. But credit to him, they kept digging away, kept plugging away. I think the ball over the top. Archie's tried to hook it, it's hit him in the face, gone through 1-on-1, and it's a good finish. So sometimes in football you hold your hands up and you go, you know, I'd have took the point to start with, but it does feel a little bit like a loss.
So many positives though to take out that game. You've got a new look strike force, you've had a new goalkeeper in, obviously, and a new midfield as well, but and they've all played their part today, haven't they? Yeah,
well, obviously that's good coming from you, because I think this is your first time down here this year. And in spells we've been really, really good. We've just not got the luck that we probably deserves. But listen, that's no excuse. And you said today we've got loads going for us. Lads willing to do the hard yards to get to earn the hard points, and that's not been questioned all season really. It's just we're really, really young, and the little bit of know-how to get over the line sometimes is just missing. But that's not something you can teach. That comes with experience and playing games and a whole category of things. But so proud of him today, and really it should be a point game, but it does feel like 2 lost.
I mean, there were periods where you looked like the team who was 6th, and they looked like the side who was 16th.
Yeah, and you know, it's not just my eyes that tell me that. Your eyes don't lie either. And that's how it looked from really early on. Obviously, they started to look quite lively, put us on the back foot for the first 10 minutes, but once we got a foothold in the game and we started going through our units into midfield, thought we played some decent stuff. And you know, Jonesy's coming today as his first game in midfield, and I think some of his balls that he just flipped and helped round the corner that are not running out of play or going out for throw-ins give the strikers a chance to get up the pitch, and made a hell of a difference for us with that little bit of quality, going in behind and getting them in the back foot. And I think once we got them on the back foot, they didn't really have many answers for us. It was just, we scored 2 goals. Unfortunately today it just wasn't enough.
And Jones, he's also got great vision, as it showed with that one from the halfway line early in the second half.
Well, obviously the wind played a factor today. I'm not a great fan of going against the wind in the first half. I don't know if they flipped it round or us. I'd rather go with the wind and try and get 1 or 2-0 up. That's just the way I look at it from my point of view. Everyone's different. And I said to him at half time, we came in, obviously got the penalty, which I don't think was a penalty, but yet again the refs, you know, at this level just half the time I don't think they know what they're doing. But that's a story for another day. It's never a penalty for me, but you know, hands up, I'll take that little bit of luck. And I said to him at half time, I said, the wind's playing havoc. I said, if you can get your shots away at the keeper, who looked nervous at times, I think is fair. Get your shots away in the second half, I think we'll cause them troubles. And obviously Aaron's hit that one from nigh on the halfway line, and then obviously Brooks' free kick, he's hit the target from 35 yards and it's gone in. So that's how strong the wind was. Luckily today it played in our favour.
Did I hear you say Brooksy does that in training quite a lot?
Brooksy doesn't train. He's 36, and to be fair to him, he knows what I think of him. You know, he's brilliant for me. But we're at that age, it's difficult. We're both 36. None of us can train properly because we have to put sessions on for the lads. We're between a rock and a hard place today, with obviously losing Max, the centre-half, and then obviously finding out yesterday that another centre-half was suspended. So I just asked him to do a job, and obviously, you know, he fancies himself to do it. He's not a defender by trade, but I thought he did really, really well today. Won his first contacts. The only trouble he has was pacing behind, but we knew that was going to be the case, and Wardy covered him around brilliantly at times, and he got his just rewards with a free kick. But he's been doing that for 20 years. I've seen him do that numerous times, and that's what he brings you. What he lacks in fitness, he brings at set pieces was all on the money today, which was brilliant.
I think so many times this season you've got a good result or positive result, and then it's been followed up with 2 or 3 poor performances. But so much after today, there's so much you can build on from that, isn't there?
Yeah, I've been saying that all season, Greg. To be fair, I get a good result and then I get 3 or 4 bad ones. And like you say, today that was our first draw of the season. We're in January. It's crazy, and also our first penalty. So if you can pick up a few draws here and there, and they're not losses, and then pick up a good win, you find yourself sitting mid-table and you can build on that. It's when you go draw 3 losses, draw a win, and then 4 losses. It doesn't really add up. So I've told the boys it's one undefeated today. We go to Skeg on Wednesday. Can we make it 2 unbeaten? Quorn next Saturday, 3 unbeaten, and you start building little bridges. I just hope it's a new year and things start to click with the performance we've put in there today. There's no reason why we can't climb the table. It's just that little bit of luck at times and a little bit of know-how. And
Rob Conyard on target again for the second successive game.
I know why I signed him. Obviously his stats don't lie. He's a great lad. He was down at March there, and I don't think they wanted to lose him, in all fairness. But when you've got a striker, I was looking for a striker, and when you've got a striker that's scoring goals week in, week out, but then getting pulled in and out of the team, I know as myself as a striker, if you're scoring goals, you want to stay in the team. So I don't know whether it's not for me to comment on really, but it's worked in our favour bringing Rob in because he's got 2 and 2. He looks the part. He holds it up. He's a great kid. He fits in well. And that's what we're looking to bring to the club. And like I said at the start of the season, it's not just a click of the fingers overnight, wave a wand. You don't just get a good team, and it takes time over weeks and months to get what you want in, and to also, I'm not saying that some of the lads are good enough out there, but some of the lads need minutes. And the team we threw together at the start of the season were brilliant for me. It's just that a lot of the players have not played at the level, and that's no disrespect to them. They knew that. And I said it would be Christmas time before we started competing, and we've competed in games before now. It's just today we look more than competitive.
And the attitude as well of every single player looks spot on out there.
I've never questioned that since the first day I walked into the club. I've always had lads that were willing to do the hard yards for me. Not one of them's down tools ever. They're all good, they're all at training. When I ask them to do a bit extra, it's all put in the groups. For wanting to coin in a phrase, there's no bad eggs in my changing rooms. They're all good kids that are willing to do well, or try and do well. And you can only ask that week in, week out, and build on that.